lesson, we are going to look at startup costs versus operating costs. When you start a small business, you have to take into account all of the startup costs. That is, you have to calculate what amount you will have to invest or spend before you can open for business. If you do not have enough money saved, you may have to take out a loan or adjust your spending. There are often one-time costs when starting a business. So for example, there's safety gear such as hard hats, goggles, work boots, different tools that you'll need, uniforms, a cash register, and a business license. You also need to consider operating expenses. These are expenses that are paid to keep the business running and are recurring amounts like gasoline costs for a delivery truck, monthly telephone bills, annual truck insurance. Marcus is planning to open a hot dog stand that he can operate on weekends at the local beach to earn money. He estimates that he will have the following expenses. So he'll need to buy hot dogs, condiments, hot dog buns, a hot dog cart with a grill, grilling utensils, monthly insurance, and an annual municipal business license. So the first question we want to sort into which are startup costs and which are operating costs. So remember, the startup costs are a one-time purchase. So hot dogs, some people may argue, are startup costs because they need to get hot dogs in order to sell hot dogs. But hot dogs you're going to have to buy hot dogs over and over and over again. So hot dogs are going to be an operating cost. Condiments, same thing, as well as the hot dog buns. A hot dog cart with a grill is going to be a startup cost because he's only going to have to buy one hot dog cart. So startup costs are a one-time purchase. Grilling utensils also is a startup cost. Insurance, which he'll pay monthly, is an operating cost. And the annual business license will also be a startup cost. He can't actually sell any hot dogs until he has that business license. Okay, so that was part A. Part B says how much money will Marcus, we changed the person here, will Marcus need to start his stand? So the startup costs, we're going to add $2,700 plus the $50 for grilling utensils, plus the $200 for the business license. So when we add those together, his startup cost will be $2,950. In this next example, Tyler is starting a lawn care business. He has estimated that he will have the following costs. So lawnmower, business license, business cards, a used truck, signage for the truck, other tools, a phone bill that will be paid monthly, signs for advertising, vehicle insurance that he'll pay monthly, gasoline that he'll get weekly, and vehicle maintenance that will be yearly. So we want to organize these expenses into startup costs and operating costs. So the lawnmower is going to be a startup cost. He will need at least one of those. Business license is a startup cost. Business cards, we can also say is a startup cost because most likely it will be a one-time purchase. Right? You get lots of business cards when you first buy them, so he will use them for quite a long time. Truck, a used truck, will also be a startup cost because he needs to be able to get from place to place. And also signage for the truck will also be a startup cost because that is a one-time purchase. Other tools, you could argue this either way. I would imagine that he would have to buy different tools for different situations that he's in. So I'm going to put that as an operating cost. Monthly phone bill is an operating cost. Signs for advertising, he's going to advertise throughout the year or throughout the season. So that's going to be an operating cost. The insurance that he pays monthly is operating, same with the gas, as well as the vehicle maintenance. So the second part, how much money will Tyler need to start his business? So we need to add these top 5 values together. So when we do that, we will get $16,355 that he will need in order to start up his business.